There is a number the Social Security Administration published every single year and quietly stopped publishing in 2025. A number that told you exactly how long it would take to get a claim processed, to get a human on the phone, to get a problem resolved. That number is gone, and what replaced it is silence. Now, here's the question I want you sitting with for the next 13 minutes. Does that missing number mean your monthly check is at risk? Or does it mean something else entirely? Something that hits a very specific group of people much harder than anyone is talking about. By the time we get to the answer, you are going to understand exactly what is breaking inside SSA right now, who it actually threatens, and 3 things you can do today to make sure you are not the person who loses benefits you were fully entitled to receive. This is general information, not financial or legal advice. Every situation is different, so consult a benefits counselor or attorney for decisions specific to your circumstances. If this channel is where you come to understand what SSA is actually doing, not what the headlines say, but what the rules say, subscribe now. New information comes out constantly, and the agency is not sending anyone a personal letter to explain it. Let me start with the number that disappeared, because this is not a rumor, and it is not a political talking point. It is a documented policy change. The Social Security Administration used to publish what are called processing time metrics. These were reports showing, on average, how many days it took to process a retirement application, how long the wait was for a disability determination, how long before a phone call got answered. The public could look at those numbers and hold the agency accountable. In 2025, SSA stopped releasing those metrics. Think about what that means. The agency responsible for sending out payments to roughly 70 million Americans removed the instrument panel that showed whether the plane was flying level. No public wait time data. No processing time benchmarks. The only way to know how backed up things are now is to experience it yourself, or hear it from someone who did. And right now, people are experiencing it every day. Here is what we do know from independent research and congressional testimony. SSA has lost approximately 7,500 employees over the past 18 months. That is roughly 13% of its entire workforce. Gone. The agency is now operating at its lowest staffing level since 1967. 1967. The same year a first-class stamp cost 5 cents. Here is the contrast that makes that number devastating. In 1967, SSA served roughly 24 million beneficiaries. Today, it serves tens of millions more. More people, fewer people to help them, and no public data to measure how bad the backlog has gotten. The result? Phone wait times have surged, calls are dropped. Field offices have been consolidated or closed. And here's the number that tells you where the pressure is concentrated. Disability appeals have increased by 27% in the past year. 27%. That means more people waiting longer for decisions on claims that were already slow to process before the staffing cuts. Now, here is the part that matters most if you are watching this right now. If you are already receiving Social Security retirement or disability benefits, and your payment comes by direct deposit, stop and hear this clearly. The staffing crisis does not affect when your money arrives. Your monthly payment is processed automatically through SSA's systems. It does not require a phone call. It does not require a human being to approve it each month. The check goes out on schedule because the system is automated. Your existing benefit is safe. That is not me trying to reassure you with soft words. That is how the payment infrastructure works. So what is actually breaking? What does the staffing crisis genuinely threaten? 2 things. New applications. And anything that requires a human to touch your file. If you are filing for retirement benefits for the first time, wait times are longer. If you have a disability claim, longer. If you are appealing a denial, significantly longer. If you need to correct an error on your record, update your information, or simply speak to someone who can answer a question about your account, you may wait hours or not get through at all. Have you tried calling SSA recently? How long did it take before someone picked up, or did the call drop entirely? Leave a comment below and tell me, because I want to know what people are actually experiencing on the ground right now. That backlog is where the missing metric lives, because without public processing time data, there is no official record of how delayed things have become. The agency can say things are improving, or not say anything at all, and you have no way to verify it, which is exactly why what I am about to tell you matters more right now than at almost any point in the past decade. If you have anything pending with SSA, a new claim, an appeal, a request for a correction, there is an official policy most people have never heard of, and right now, it is one of the most valuable things I can explain to anyone approaching retirement or waiting on a disability decision. It is called protective filing. Here is how it works. SSA calculates your benefit start date based on the month you first made contact with them to initiate a claim, not the month a representative actually took your application and completed the paperwork. The month of first contact is what sets the clock. That distinction is enormous right now. Because if you call the 800 number, wait 2 hours, and nobody picks up, you are not filing. And if you try again next month and finally get through, SSA might treat next month as your filing date. You could lose an entire month of benefits, or more, not because you were late, but because the system was too understaffed to answer the phone. Protective filing exists specifically to prevent that. Here is exactly what to do. Every time you call SSA, the 800 number, which is 1-800-772-1213, or your local field office, take a screenshot of your phone screen while the call is in progress. Show the number you dialed, the time, and how long you have been waiting. If the call drops or you hang up and try again another day, screenshot that one too. Keep every single record. When you finally reach a claims specialist, say this out loud. I first attempted to contact Social Security in, and name the month, to file for benefits. I was unable to get through due to wait times. I have documentation of my call attempts. I am requesting that my protective filing date be recorded as that month. Then describe your records or show them your screenshots. This is not a trick or a workaround. Protective filing is an official SSA policy. It exists because Congress recognized that people should not lose benefits because the government's phone system could not handle the volume. In the current environment, with wait times stretching to hours and calls going unanswered, this policy can be the difference between receiving and permanently losing 1, 2, or 3 months of payments you earned. If you went to a local office in person and found it closed or were turned away, document that too. A photo of the closed office with a visible date, a written note describing when you were there and what happened. If an automated kiosk gave you a ticket, keep it. Any of these establish a protective filing date. Here is one more layer of protection, and this one is for anyone still receiving a paper check in the mail. The federal mandate requiring all Social Security recipients to switch to electronic payment is now in effect. Paper checks face delays, mail theft, and loss that direct deposit eliminates entirely. If you have not made the switch, do it through your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. That is the fastest and most reliable way. If you need to update it by phone, call 1-800-772-1213. But be aware, since 2025, any direct deposit change made by phone requires a one-time security code generated at ssa.gov/PIN while you are on the call with the agent. That step cannot be skipped, and it was put in place specifically to stop fraudsters from rerouting your payment. So let me close the loop I opened at the beginning. The missing number, the processing time metric. SSA stopped publishing in 2025 does not mean your existing monthly payment is in danger. It means the agency has made it harder for the public to see how slow new claims and appeals have become. Your check is safe. Your waiting room is not. If you have a pending application, an appeal, or anything that requires SSA to process a new decision, document your contact attempts now. Learn the protective filing rules, and get yourself on direct deposit if you are not already. If someone in your family is approaching retirement or waiting on a disability decision, send them this video. That information could protect months of benefits they have already earned. And subscribe if you want to stay ahead of what SSA is actually doing, because the next video covers something that surprises most people. What the 2026 Trustees Report quietly said about the trust fund timeline, and exactly what a depletion date does and does not mean for the check you are counting on.